Oh, 18 months ago, one of my clients, Johan, he booked a consult. Now, these recordings, they're not meant for others to see, but he granted me permission to share his story so that others could learn. For the first time ever, I'll be releasing what actually takes place during a masterboard cooking consultation. To set the tone, this video is sped up to 125% of its original speed and includes multiple on-screen notes rather than having me interrupt the video. The video is edited only for relevance. My questions focus on Johan rather than his ex. Now, for context, prior to speaking with my clients, I have them take a quality of life survey. This helps me determine their immediate and long-term needs. Johan scored the lowest, putting him the lowest 1 percentile, so I knew that I had to keep this meeting focused and positive. He was going to try to move the interview about her rather than about him. If you're going to divorce, you'll likely recognize parts of yourself in this interview. Our talk is real, sometimes heartbreaking, and even funny at times, and by the end, you'll see a surprising shift in Johan's demeanor as he gets attacked by his ex during our call, and that leads him to begin his journey of empowerment. So let's. You'll always know
Yes.
when you're being recorded. So if we get into dodgy territory, Johan, just let me know. Like, say, hey, could you pause it? And I totally do. At the same time, I do the same too. If I ask you, XYZ, I'll ask you to, I'll say, let me pause it. And I want to get to know you. What she did to you is gonna be this much of the story. Jochen,
Okay.
this much of the story, right? So, okay,
Mhm.
cool. First question I have, I know we spoke earlier, but they all have a purpose, and I think like a doctor a lot. So, when was your last physical exam? So I know what kind of medications you may be on, supplements.
My last physical exam, I do not take any medication and I do not drink any alcohol. Yeah.
That's good. Okay, no meds and not even supplements, huh?
No, yeah, supplements. I take protein shakes and I do some cycles of creatine, but that's it.
Creatine is good and it's healthy for not just for the muscle but for the brain. So I'm glad you're doing that. Okay. Today, what do you hope to accomplish, Johan?
Today, I hope to accomplish to have a change in my head that I can look to the future and not. I'm keeping the past alive, and that's a mistake for me, I think. And
Mhm.
I need to look to the future and see where my goals at, and I need some tools, I
Okay.
think, to help me move on or yeah, recover from everything I have been through the last 2 months. So
Gotcha.
that's mainly my goal, not to get her back, not to understand why, because I've read so much about that. I have accepted the situation, and so now I'm looking forward at my own future.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best at helping you out. You got that commitment from me.
Thank you.
Johan, how old are you? I know I've asked you this
I'm
before.
40 years old.
Okay, 40 years old. That's about the average age of the guys, by the way. What do you do for a living?
I'm a police officer.
You
I've
did
been
say
a
that.
police officer for 24 years. That was always my boy's dream. I am a highway police officer.
All right, cool. So if you ever stop me, if I'm over down the streets of Belgium,
Yeah,
if
just give
you
me a call.
yeah, Johan, come on, dude. They caught me with a hooker and weed.
The hooker is no problem, and the weed in Belgium is also no problem as long as it's under 50 grams of weed. So,
I don't smoke. I'm just joking. I have no
so
idea. You know, because of your profession, how much 50
yeah,
grams. I mean, I have no idea.
50 grams is a lot. It's
Yeah,
really a
yeah.
lot. But yeah,
Wearing your wedding ring still.
yeah,
Okay.
that's a
Oh,
mistake.
why are you still wearing? And every question I have, couldn't I just ask you this? Let me get this up front. Every question I have is for genuine purposes. It's
Yeah,
never judgmental. I could ask
no,
you, why are you wearing a skirt or why are you wearing that? And it's a
but
genuine question, okay? Uh-huh.
honestly, I never thought about it until you mentioned it now.
Really? Do you
I
do you,
never, yeah,
do you
say
take it
something.
off or do you sleep with it?
I sleep with it. The
That's
only
why.
time I take it off is when I train, but I haven't trained in 2 months due to the situation. So, it's always on my finger. I don't even feel it. It's what you
Mhm.
say now that I say, "Oh, damn, yeah, I'm wearing my wedding ring." I
What year
saw her yesterday, and she's wearing also. So it's it's
did it
it's
get your
it's
hopes
really
up? How did you feel when you saw her wearing a wedding ring?
no, it's
Because you noticed it.
I noticed because she drank like me, and she has the same ring like me, but there were flickerings in the ring of the diamonds. So I noticed, and then I just said, "Yeah." But I think it's a habit, it's a routine. She also still calls me honey, so you understand what it for me. I don't search much about it. I don't think it's saying something.
What year did you meet her? How old were you?
I was 24, and she was 18.
They say that intelligent people don't take a lot of notes. I went to college, right, to the university with a genius. He was 11 years old. And so he would go, he had a chaperone with him. And when we would sit next to each other, it was in a bigger class. When we would sit next to each other, his notes were like a little kid's notes. Like he wrote slow. It was just a few short, but I take a lot of notes, so I'm not that
No
on top.
problem. It's no problem.
So you were 24, she was 18.
Yes.
Okay. So, and can I tell you what I wrote on the side? Because I noticed something.
Yeah.
As soon as you were talking normal, right? Like a guy, like regular. And then I asked you how old you, and you said I was 24 and
Yeah.
she was 18. Like your demeanor switched to like, what are you got soft spoken as soon as you mentioned
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So that was obviously not an act. That was not a. That's why it took me longer to write it because I wouldn't have note it. So 24, 18. When did you get married?
10 years ago. This year we celebrated our 10th year anniversary 4 months ago.
Wait, you married what year?
Oh, 10
2013.
year to 2013. Yes.
So that's let's see, you're 30.
Yes, I was 30,
Okay, and she was roughly.
24, 23, and at that year she was going to be 24. Yeah.
Gotcha. Kids?
I have one son. He's born in 2014, so 1 year after the marriage.
So he's 9 years old, 8 years old.
Yes, he's 9 years.
How's your relationship with him?
Super.
Is
I
it?
would say. I would say.
I'm gonna tell you something. You think and I say this to all the guys, and they like a few of them will look at me like whatever. And then like later when they're like a year later when I talk to them, right? Because they're my clients, they'll be like, it's so much better. Your relationship, no matter how good it is, I will promise you it's gonna get better. It will get
I
better.
hope.
You're going to be like, because you have a new thing with your son, and that's that you're single. So you're going to be able to be more genuine with him. You're going to be able
Okay.
to tell him things that you normally wouldn't tell him should you be married. Yeah, like and I don't mean it in a bad way. Like you could talk
No.
about like his mom and when your mom and I were married, she used to do this thing,
Yeah.
or oh your mom, she's really sweet, but sometimes she goes like so
Yeah.
so your
But
relationship.
I will never speak ill of my
No, that's not
ex.
what I'm talking about. I agree. You could like your mom. Sometimes she can go. I know your mom.
Yeah, yeah. Now I
Yeah.
can relate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's what I mean by
Yeah.
that. The other thing is when you start dating, because you're gonna if you're gonna have to include him. That's the best thing you could do for your son. You hide that, that's gonna suck for you because you're living a secret, and that's not what you need.
Yeah.
You're not. Your son needs to see that you're a normal, stable man, not living a
Okay.
secret. So that's another thing that's gonna get better because my kids they helped me. I actually said you're gonna be my wingman. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to give me the synopsis of the end of your relationship. Like, because
A
I know you're gonna
synopsis.
want to, yeah, because I know you're gonna go, well, we met when I was 24, she was,
No.
I don't want to hear that. I want to hear the
Okay.
synopsis at the end of your relationship.
So 3 weeks or 1 month before we broke up, or when she told me she wanted a divorce, we came back from she said the best holiday of our lives. We went to Greece, Zakynthos. So that was perfect. But I started to notice some changes in her behavior. She was a lot more quiet, and
Withdrawn.
what?
She got withdrawn.
Yeah, she
Okay.
was a lot more quiet, I would say, and she didn't talk to me as much and didn't show me as much of affection.
That's withdrawn. Yeah. That's,
And I noticed it, so I said, well, "What's happening?" She said, "Nothing matters. No big deal. I'm just struggling." So I picked up the pace. I said, "If you don't want to show me some affection, I will show you some affection." So I tried to be more, yeah, affectionate, kind. Uh, I tried to do I try to do some more work at home. Uh, yeah, a lot more. But I was always the caretaker here, so now I didn't only do the groceries and the shopping and everything. So I did all the rest also, but that didn't change. And 4 days before she told me, I said, "This cannot go on like this. I'm not I'm not your mate. If I'm just here for uh, my income, uh, all the wealth we have, and the taking care of the household, yeah, you can get a mate, and I'm going." But she said to me, "No, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. It will take some time." And then, yeah, 3 days later, in the middle of the night, she woke me up and said, "Yeah, I don't feel it anymore. I want a divorce." She told me that she has been contemplating that for 1 year and a half,
That's usually, yeah, 2 years is the average. So.
and she
A question
uh,
before you say, go on.
yeah,
Whose idea was it for the vacation?
hers.
Yeah. Had she
I'm
tried to
not
go
a.
vacations earlier? Has she tried to do that earlier or tried to do different things?
Uh, it's a little bit ironical because 4 months prior to everything what happened, we went on a holiday, just two of us for our 10th year
Mhm.
anniversary, uh, and it was yeah I I hadn't had sex 7 times in a day, but that holiday we had it was a sex fest. I'm sorry to describe it like that, but
You
yeah,
fucking pervert. No, I'm
I
kidding. I'm kidding,
I'm
dude.
glad that
You're talking to a coach and
yeah, but
a guy's coach.
I'm glad that I have had that, and we went on a romantic walk. We had dinner. We shared bubble baths, saunas. Everything was perfect. So you and then everything. So we come back to the normal life 2 or 3 months after we go on vacation. And when we came home, she said it's the best vacation I have ever had. We didn't have any fights. We did everything we wanted in Greece. So for me, when she said that, it was like, what the fuck? We have had our 10th year anniversary. We have had a super vacation, and now you're coming with me. And the thing is, when someone says to you, "I've been thinking about it 1 year and a half,"
Yeah, you're up a shit
that's
creek.
for me, that's a coward. I mean,
No, it's not. I'll
when
tell
there
you
is a
why.
problem, I address a problem. I say, "Hey, this is what's bothering me. Can we fix it? Can we talk about it?" So she kept me unaware for 1 year and a half, and then when she's over everything or she decides to go, she drops the bomb, and I need to pick myself up. Like, so yeah, that does hurt. So the last 2 months, we tried to make it work for our son because she needed to get another house, and I need to say this because I think if you would be able, you would slap me 15 times. Uh, I helped her in house searching.
No, I don't think I like that is completely normal. First, you
Okay.
still want to be part of it. Second, you kind of want an influence in her. You're still hoping to get back with her. You still feel obligated to her. You want to make sure that she's okay. You want to make sure your son's okay. You want
Yeah.
like there's so much reasons. No, I helped
Okay.
my ex. I helped my ex move out.
Well,
I didn't know why.
last
Huh?
last weekend I helped my ex move out.
Yeah,
So I I installed the internet, I installed the TV, I installed all the beds.
yeah, that's too much. That's too much.
So and everyone's saying to me, "You're crazy. She's taking advantage of you." But yeah, it was on autopilot, I think.
yeah,
You know.
you're gonna, okay, write this down. You need to start building barriers with her. You need to start like,
Yeah.
okay. So now you got to
Okay.
start telling her, no, what was the last nice thing you did for her that she asked you to do?
The last night,
The last thing
yesterday,
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say yesterday.
she needed a machine, a washing machine, and a dryer. So she asked me, "You know a lot about those things. Can't you come with me?" Okay, so I went to the store.
Yeah, I'd rather you be alone than be doing that. Okay.
So yes, I and then the guy in the store said, "You live on the second floor?" Yes. Is there anyone that can help me move that to the second floor? Otherwise, you need to pay extra. She looks at me and I said, "Okay, I will do that." So next Friday, I
No,
promised her.
you gotta get on. You're gonna have to break her. She broke her word, a big word. You're gonna have to say like, listen, give her a heads up, and you're gonna have to do that because look, what you're doing is very common, right? You're scratching that itch. You want to be closer to her. You want to be, you still feel obligated. I know you do. That's feel good. You still feel like she's your wife. You still need to make sure that she's okay financially. You're still there. You're still there, and that's human. It's not it's an idiot, but it's a human idiot, and that's me too. I'm not calling you an idiot. It's like
No, but
okay.
it's better than calling me an idiot than lying to me and saying you're doing good, you're doing good.
No, but I'm not calling you an idiot. I'm saying that the act is idiotic.
Yeah.
And I was there. I helped her move, and then so what I'm trying to say is very human.
Okay.
But there's a limit. You're gonna have to start like letting her having her. Yeah, you're gonna have to say, listen, we have to. Our relationship has changed. Like that was a very difficult part when my ex-wife came here. My first wife, she came here and she was gonna go straight to the house. I go, whoa, what are you doing? And she's like, what do you mean? You can't come in here anymore. Well, this was my house now. She never lived here. What do you
Yeah.
mean I can't go in? I go, you can't come in the house. That relationship is done. And it was really uncomfortable. And you could see like, what do you mean? I can't see, but you're going to have to do that and do it through text. That's fine. You don't owe her an explanation. Listen, I
Yeah.
was thinking that
Yeah.
a relationship has changed and we have to redefine it and build
Boundaries. Yeah.
boundaries and I think
Yeah.
it's best you find someone else to help you with the thing. Boom, done. And
Yeah.
who's gonna help me? You're gonna have to do that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you to do something that you won't do. That's not a
That
good
will
coach.
be very, very, very difficult for me at this point, but I think I will do it tonight. Because my son wants to see me before he goes to bed. She lives only 200. Yeah, I don't know yards, but I measure meters. So she lives 500 meters away. So
that's about 550 yards. No, less. A yard's a bit. It's 450 yards.
It's when I stand in my backyard on a ladder, I can see in her house.
That's not good either. That's not good. Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay.
I'm not gonna do that, but
you're gonna be like you're gonna come back with bigger glasses so you can see it.
But yeah, the thing is, in our neighborhood, it's very difficult to find something, and she wanted to be close so that our son could go to the same school, and she wanted to be close to her family. So yeah, that apartment came available. She was the first, and they said, okay, you can live here.
So she moved out. You didn't move out, right? She moved out.
No. I'm still living in my house. My house now.
Tell me legally speaking, because does she have a right to your house?
Legally speaking, yes.
Okay.
But she will give up her part of the house in January, so that I am 100% the owner. The only I don't know the word. The only condition she gave for doing that is that when our son turns 18, he becomes the owner of the house. And yeah, I thought a lot about that.
I think that's beautiful, dude. I think that's beautiful. Your son's not gonna kick you out. They'll be fucked up.
So we're going to do that. So yeah, that's the arrangement in Belgium.
I think that's beautiful, and I don't think that, and that's I tell that to guys too, like guys when they're getting divorced, right? Like she wants the house, fuck, and they're mad and everything. I'm like, look, you have kids with this woman. Ultimately, that house is gonna go to your children. It's something you would have left. You're leaving. It's easier for you. So I kind of say that, but the way you're doing it, I think that's actually admirable.
Me and my son, we are,
you're gonna get better. You don't, Jochen. Wait for 1 year.
If it's going to get better, that will be fine, because that's one of my main concerns, and that's what I hate the most. She took my son away, and that's very difficult for me, because I am a father. I do everything in function of my son. And
how's your custody right now?
1 week. 1 week I cannot be a father, and that's.
Can I tell you something? Give me 1 second, okay?
I just want to say that's the hardest thing for me. That part.
I'm gonna tell you something. Go on. Come on.
Okay.
So here's the thing. All right. Remember this. I had my kids 35% every Thursday and every other weekend. Okay. And then summers every other week. Because the dad I am, you're gonna get closer to your son. I'm pretty sure. So your son, because you guys live together, he's gonna start gravitating towards your house. Okay. When he gets older, right now she's gonna be strict. Understandable. No, he can't. It's not your day, but it's walking distance. So he's gonna get closer to your house. He's gonna, Dad, can I stay there? Can I stay there? That kind of stuff, right? It's the one that was the more disciplined. It's not the one with. It's not the one. It's the one that gives him more structure. If you give him more structure, and this is data, I'm not telling you like shit that. If structure and make it also pleasant for him, like the person that has the handles the divorce better wins. If she's handling the divorce like crazy, really like good way, they're gonna win. If not, you're gonna win. And structure, they're gonna come more to your place, and they're gonna be. So what happened? This is me. What happened to now? So I gave you data. It was me. That's exactly what started happening. My kids, and then it's been 2 years, 100% custody. Okay. Now, if you ask me, am I a better dad today than I was when I had them 35%? I am not a better dad. If you ask me if I got closer to them because they're with me 100%, no, I am not. When I was 35%, I was 100% 35%.
Yeah.
When I'm 100%, I'm 15%. Okay.
I
So
understand.
I want them. They're right now. One of them's cleaning because they're going to go back to live with their mom for a little bit. Like, you know, like they're on the way. Not like anything's wrong. They're going back to and they're going back. It's been years, and
Okay.
I'm actually looking forward to it. You
Okay.
will be a better dad that way. You're gonna give your son so much, and you're gonna want him more. You're gonna want him more. But be careful what you want.
Yeah.
Wish for.
Yeah. We will see.
Fair enough, and you're gonna have such a good time with him. So that I'm not worried about that at all. You have 2 holidays last year, right? That you
Yeah.
described. Okay.
4 holidays. Four
Okay, yeah,
holidays
that's
last year.
that's very common. That happens a lot, Jochen. The last year, if you're trying to put a band-aid in something that, and she already had started thinking about it. She already had made up her mind. She already had a lot of shit going on, and you're trying to like fix it. And it's probably like even your way of saying you were probably doing it more out of fear because you didn't want to piss her off. Like we didn't do shit this week, and also because you didn't want to because you wanted to rekindle something and you wanted to. There's a whole bunch of reasons
Yeah.
why you did it. You didn't want to disappoint her, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, because that happens a lot. I did it too, like Cancun, you know, Costa Rica, just different places, and it was a putting a band-aid on something where she here she's not happy. It's like saying, you know, winning $1 million will make me very happy, but will it give me content? Will it make me content?
And that's also a reason why I'm so depressed or where I'm why I'm feeling like this. For me, we had everything. We have a big house, 2 big cars. I made a lot of money. She made a lot of money. Yeah, we worked so hard to be in the place where we are now because my mom and dad gave me everything that I wanted. So we worked 15 years to be where we are now. And when we finally can say, okay, now we have a little bit financial margin, we can do what we want. We can buy a nice car. We can buy nice clothes. That so, and I know that's one part, not the main part, and but yeah, it's because also something to mention maybe we were trying to get a second child until the day she told me we had unprotected sex and she wanted to get pregnant. So it's a little bit of a mindfuck for me. So you're contemplating a divorce, but you want a second child with me. So yeah, those are all stupid questions I keep repeating in my head, and yeah,
It's more of an existential crisis that you're having now. Your purpose, your why. Why are you here? All that time that you wasted, all that time. Now you got to fucking start all over, and you're 40 fucking years old, dude. How much time before you get to meet someone else and you get to hopefully, you know, like it's now you already spent. It's impossible for you to make those years up, and that's a tragedy in it all. So
yeah,
what I do is the guys I coach is I get them. That's where I work with them to get them to catch up, to get them to move back and get their balls back and get ahead of the game because no time doesn't wait. You know what? You can speed anything up. The only time I realize that you cannot speed up is something is the meditating. The only time I cannot do it, I'll be meditating. I'm like that's the only thing in my life I cannot speed up. I have to be patient and wait. But everything else, I could always be doing something else. Nope, meditate is the only thing in the world that I could think of. But now you wasted all this, right? You feel like you wasted. You had a kid and everything, but
exactly.
yeah, and that's understandable. So, but I got off track. Like, so the existentialist would say, what you're asking those questions about her, those questions. Have you heard the term absurd?
Yeah,
You said incorrectly. An absurdity is asking questions that you have no answer, that you'll never be able to answer. That's absurd.
yeah.
That's what an existentialist will call absurd. Now, what we got to figure out is what you have, the abundance of choices that you have that you're not aware of. And you got to stop asking for her permission to do shit.
I want to say something, but so I have it's not exactly a date, but I have a good girlfriend. It's just a friend, and she wanted to go out dinner with me. So I said to her, "I'm going to go to dinner with Elke. No problem." I looked at her and she was like, "Why are you going?" But I would say, "Yeah, okay, I'm going." But when I sat there, we weren't together anymore. But when I sat there, I was feeling fucking guilty. I mean, that's not normal. Why
That
am I
is,
feeling? Why am I feeling guilty for having dinner with a female? She is single, by the way, but a female friend. And all I could think was, what's my wife gonna say? Shit, how she's going to react? Is she gonna be pissed?
You
And
don't need to tell her any more of that. You don't need to tell her you're having dinner. Oh, so
but
so
even
here, can you give me a like, what could I call her? Oh, that's my
on
girlfriend. If I'm you and you're out, right? You know what I'd say to you? I'd say, oh, I'm busy Thursday. Then do me a favor. Say, what are you doing?
what are you doing?
That's no longer your plan.
Yeah,
And you
but
know why I
even
laugh? Because you're nervous. You're gonna be nervous. And so
I'm
people,
nervous.
yeah. So
I'm now nervous now if I need to tell her something like
you
that
can't need
because
to. You don't need to. The only time you need to tell her, you don't need to tell her why, is if she could watch your son.
yeah, those things I want to get rid of. The guilt.
You
I'm
got
living
it.
my life now, and if I do something, uh, I'm asking myself, will this be okay
That's a
with her?
beautiful part, dude. You could do it. You don't have to worry about it. That's when you're like, oh fuck, there's a lot of power here. And we're gonna.
So,
That's where you're gonna have to do it. You got to put it up barriers. You got to put walls. She's no longer welcome
yeah,
there.
yeah. She still has a key of the house. So yesterday she came in with the key. Hello, and I was like,
Look, it only takes the first time, and then after that, you're gonna be. So you got to think of what things that you're doing. You're acting married without the sex and love, and that's fucked up, man. That's slavery.
2 days ago I told myself the same thing. So am I her slave? I asked myself, and yeah, now you're saying that's slavery. So it's a little bit.
Yeah.
But I know that and that's the part I know those things that I need to stop with those things. But why can't I? That's the part I don't understand. It's like an automatic thing that I do, and
First, you got to break off, not in a delicate way. You still need her. I mean, if she needs you to take care of like, hey, I'm gonna be gone tonight. Hey, can you take care of it overnight? Let's say it's because of an emergency that you know exactly is legit. You'd be like, yeah, totally. He's your son. It's a win-win, right?
yeah,
Those when you say yes, when it's a win-win. When it's that's
okay,
when you can't say like, well, fuck, I'm doing this for her. No, but you're also winning, so it's a win-win. So you have a good girlfriend, but you're not. It's 100% platonic.
platonic. I don't know what that means, but she is a great support
Well,
for
here I'll
me.
tell you this: would you fuck her?
No, 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 no,
No. Why
no,
not?
no, absolutely not. What?
Why not? Why not?
No, no, no.
No, but why?
I'm a gentleman. No, no, no.
Gentlemen don't get laid.
I'm not the person that wants to jeopardize a friendship
Ah, that's the answer I
for
wanted to hear.
for
Thank you.
sex.
Yes. Okay. So the
Do
reason
you
why I asked
understand what I'm saying?
100%. Remember, every question I ask is so. So here, what I did not want to hear. What I did not want to hear was because I'm still married, or because she'll get mad, or because
Oh no.
okay. It's because of that. It's because of your respect for
Yeah.
it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. It's before I have the utmost respect for that girl. So,
That's the best answer, dude. So,
for example, if she would tell me now that she was in love with me, or did she, if she really wanted to have sex with me, I think I would say no, and I try to explain I'm not in a good place right now, and I don't want to take advantage of you, or that it would seem to take advantage of her. But yeah, it's not out of guilt for my wife. Or no, no, no. That's no, 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 no,
good. I'm
absolutely
glad
not.
to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that. You gave me the exact, the healthy answer, the healthy answer. So what about your house? Okay, where you're
Yeah,
staying at? First of all, how many, is it a house apartment?
house
Okay. How many bedrooms?
5.
Holy, I did not know the Belgium slept like that, dude. I thought,
I
really?
have 5 bedrooms. Yeah, one for me now, one study, and the two others are storage rooms.
You have a lot of clutter then if you have two rooms that need to be filled. Because if you have two rooms that are storage rooms, that's a lot of
Oh
storage.
yeah, but they're almost empty. Yeah, so
Okay. This is what I was gonna say about you in the house. I ask you these questions because organization is going to be key to keep you and maintaining your train of thought. It's going to be very important that you stay organized, that you get like the stuff. Do you have pictures of her on the wall or anything like that?
I took them all away.
That's what I do too. I did that too. Take them off.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but no, there are only pictures of Aaron and me.
I almost feel of it like a cleansing, but I'd say try and what do you call it? Try and redecorate your house.
I was planning on it. Yeah,
Yeah, because you're gonna want the thing about it that you're gonna do is like you're getting rid of everything. You're going to make your house the way you want to do it. Chic, modern, single. You're gonna want to make that house your fucking palace. It depends on your philosophy. If you want good decor, cool, like, then that's fair enough. Go for it.
we have
But
some expensive stuff here. All
then
yeah,
don't do that. Then keep it. Then keep it, or put it in the storage, in your storage room.
yeah. That's maybe an option. Put it in the storage. Yeah.
I'm not saying that's your decision though, Jochen. If you
Yeah.
like my girlfriend, she bought a $5,000 table. I'm like, what the fuck? She has a $25,000 chandelier. I'm like
Whoa.
that.
No. For example, we have some. Yeah. So the sofa costed 10,000 euros. Our beds costed 10,000. So I'm not gonna change my bed because I bet I just bought it. So 10,000 euros is a lot of money. So
That's a
yeah.
lot of money. That's expensive, man.
Yeah, but it's a bad. Yeah, it can do everything. It's
Dude, if
automatically.
it better give you a hand job at that rate, dude.
It never was necessary. All those expensive things. But I did it for her.
You got to start calling your shots. You're gonna be a
Yeah.
time. It's gonna be kind of neat. Watch. You're gonna have your home organized. Wake up in your underwear or even in your balls naked, and you're like, well, go all around the house just naked, and you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. You know.
No, yeah.
So you can do whatever you want. How is your mental state?
If I can describe it in one word, my mental state at this point is lonely. That's I don't have any other words. Lonely and heartbroken. Yeah. I'm not in
So
a mentally. I'm not in a good position at this
that's why I
point.
talked to you on Friday because I got scared. I'm not gonna lie. That's
I'm
why.
not. I don't have any weird things. So I do not have suicide thoughts. But
No, I know. After talking to you, I felt
I
better.
have I have very low self-esteem, and that's something I hate about me, about myself.
Oh, is that
Because
always you've had it, or you?
no, because when I was married, if I'm I'm going to sound stupid, but when I was married, I was so confident. I had a lot of attraction of women when I was married, and yeah, I don't know if I can say this correctly, but I knew how to play
You have game.
the game. Yeah,
Game,
the game
game.
of seduction. You
No, yeah,
understand
no,
what I
yeah,
mean?
I have game. That's what it's called. He got game. There's movies called He Got Game. That means he's good.
Yeah. So I knew, and now I'm. Yeah, I'm like, will I ever be able to do that again? Will I ever be able to love that in, intensively? Because
So,
my friend yesterday said it in a good way. So she said to me, it looked like you worshipped. And come to think of it, yes, I worshipped her.
okay, so it's called She Became the Prize. She
Oh
became
yeah,
your prize. Like at the end when you were her, you were looking at her like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. Like
yeah,
like you,
100%.
yeah, you felt the sex with her. Yeah, that's what happens when you feel
Every
you listen.
time, every
Yeah.
time. I also thought that she was above my grade. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Wait.
Uh,
Before you say that, because yes, I know exactly what you. Before you say that, when you guys first met, did you think she was above your grade?
yes,
Oh,
immediately.
so you always kissed her ass. Okay.
But I immediately said to my best friend, if I can get that girl, I will marry her. Yeah, I did. I worked my ass off to get her attention.
You're gonna be. Uh, yeah, you're putting her here, dude. We gotta. You know what? And that's fair enough. But you know
And I'm
what?
putting myself there.
Because you lost. Look, here's the thing: you lost her. How could you lose someone so fucking beautiful? So you're a fucking. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking
Yes.
father. All of it. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah.
And that's 100% how I'm thinking now.
Mhm.
How could you do that? Why did you do that? Why didn't you try
Jochen, I know
harder?
exactly what you're feeling. I know exactly how you're gonna feel, and I know exactly what's gonna happen to you. I've already been through this a
No.
thousand times. Um, so you're so low. So I'm loving the fact that you're being so candid and open. Thank you. You're lonely. That's
Yes.
addressable. You have low self-esteem, but you've always had it. You said.
Kinda, but when I was married, I didn't have it. When I was married, I felt like I could take on that I could climb the Mount Everest, for example. There was I don't know how to describe it. When I was married, everything was right in my mind, and I knew why and how to do it. And yeah,
So
And my friends tell me, yeah, but you have a lot of success with the women, and you will go and get someone else, and you will forget it. No, it doesn't work like that for me at this point. I'm stuck. That's another word I can say. I'm stuck in my mind. I keep going back to her instead of looking forward and saying, what do I want? How do I want my life to be without
because
her?
you don't know yet. You don't know your possibilities. That's what I'm here for, baby. So listen, that's
Yeah.
totally what that's my job. So you're stuck in your mind. Do you find yourself venting a lot about her?
I'm saying to my friends, yeah, I'm back again. Sorry, but they say no, it's fine. You can vent with us, and also with my
Okay.
family. But I'm
So,
trying to keep it for the bad days. When I have a good day,
yeah.
I try to be social and laugh and talk about other things. It's only when I have a very very bad day that I phone someone or I don't want to be alone. Then I'm venting about her.
Oh, well, one more question before. Do you have a good or a bad memory?
I have a very good memory.
Oh, I hate hearing that. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what I mean by that. So that's a personality test that I ask people. So what you just told me, when people tell me they have a very bad memory, okay, sorry, a good memory, like people when they say that, I know right away a couple of things. If you have a good memory, it's hard. If I fuck up with you, right? If I were to fuck up with you, it would be hard for you to forget.
Yeah.
Like they tend to stick on the negatives. Then so it's a level of optimism is lacking. And so now, because you have a very good memory, you're remembering all the other good shit now. Now it's switched.
Yeah.
So I asked that. I asked that. The other thing about people with good memory is they like. So if you would have said, it's 50-50 or it depends, that's good. You're an optimist. But people that say they have a good memory, I already think. And so that means something
I
else
am
to
a
me.
I am a
Yeah.
pessimist.
The venting. Okay, so you know where the whole venting thing came out? It's a theory that came out. It was a theory. It's a hypothesis actually that came out by it's old Freudian hypothesis. It's called the cathartic hypothesis, and it shows that if you let it out, you're gonna feel better. No, it doesn't help.
No, I don't. I know because I'm venting 2 months now, and
It makes it
yeah,
worse. It makes it worse. What are you doing about your mental state?
I'm looking at your videos. I'm reading the Facebook channel, which is helping me. I'm reading books. One book is 10 Ways to Not Kill Yourself. That's the title, but it's only 10 ways to move on, to be more positive.
Yeah, no, I kind of figured. Yeah, they're not gonna say. Yeah.
So I'm trying to go back to the gym. Uh, I did some exercises yesterday at home, at my home gym, a little gym. That was good. Also for my mental state. I've seen a therapist one time, but yeah, what she told me I already knew, so no, I didn't go back.
What did she tell you? That you already knew?
That everything would be fine and that it would take time.
I
And
fucking hate that. You know what? They're a
and
professional. When I hear somebody say they're like, "Oh, give it time," a professional, a fucking professional, a healthcare professional say, "Give it time." I just told you, anything could be sped up by meditation.
and she said also, yeah, I know you were this that and but yeah, I already knew those things, so no, it didn't help me one bit.
No,
Yeah, I could vent for an hour.
yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, like when I hear that, Jochen and a therapist saying that, I think you have an easy fucking job. You know, like your job's easy. Well, a lot of times in California, in the United States, you know, the insurance covers it, so they pick whatever insurance comes. So that's why it works that. That's why they don't work any harder. They need to get more up to date because giving it time is a lazy. The only thing that you have to give time is meditating. That's the only thing. Outside of that, there are things you could do to speed it up. 100%, there are things that you can do to speed it up, and that's the lazy answer, and that's lacking any kind of research or passion in what they do.
But I'm also trapping myself when I feel good and when I'm looking at the future. There's a little devil here
Yeah,
that says,
I know. Bomb, they
"Fuck
come in.
you, bomb," and then I'm back at yeah. Why do I want to let go? Because the hurt still connects me to my wife, and then I feel down again. So I don't know how, but and it's suddenly poof, it's there,
Yes,
and fuck, what the hell?
you
So yeah,
smile and you're like, "Fuck, she should be here."
yeah,
Or yeah, like right there,
right like that.
Yeah.
Or I'm looking at the couch and say, fuck, now she should sit next to me. And when I have a good day, yeah,
Why
I
couldn't
think
she be
that's
with me? What the fuck? Uh-huh.
yeah. so that's something that is in my mind. It's a disconnection, I think. So
You put like the hardest thing is you wish you could go back home. That's a sign of depression. That scared me.
what?
Your quality of life survey.
Yeah.
It was what are the hardest parts of the divorce, and you put first, I wish I could go to what I called home. Second,
Yeah.
was the loneliness.
Mhm.
So that told me that it was that worried me about like a low grade depression. Third is that you won't have your children daily.
Mhm.
That's like the least I worry about because it's such unless there's children alienation and stuff. That's a good sign. I'm glad. I wish that would be first. That's the easier ones. Fourth is finding out who you are again. It's going to be, restructuring, rebuilding you, reinventing you. You're a cop. You're a fucking badass police. You're RoboCop, dude. That's who you
Well,
are.
I was on my job. I was a rock.
Was
When there was shit, who was the first? Me.
you said was?
Yeah, because I don't trust myself anymore on the job. I don't want to bring a colleague in danger when it's my fault that I'm thinking about the memories of my wife. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying?
100%. You're not present. So you could overlook when a motherfucker takes out a gun and tries
Yeah.
to do
So
something. Yeah.
because
Okay. So could you repeat
when
what
the
you just
job
said? Because this is very important. You're trying to get promoted. So this is very
yeah,
important. Can you
but the
repeat what you just
promotion
said?
is still happening. Yeah, that's no problem.
What do you
So
need to pass your test? Okay.
what do I need to pass my test?
Mhm.
So Tuesday I will need to do a run of 2.4 miles.
Okay. So fitness. Okay.
Fitness, yeah, a lot of fitness tests and a lot of legal shit, I would say, because
Okay.
I'm studying right now. Everything is here, so
Let me see. I'm sorry. I was
no
writing.
problem. It's my
It,
so it's about when to cuff someone, when you can shoot, all the legal things about that, when I can do a home invasion, when I can shoot someone, when I
is there anything that would surprise me and that you studied? Like, is
no.
there? No, it's pretty common sense. To me, like
Uh,
me, a lay guy. I'm not a cop. Is there anything that you'd say? Hey,
what surprises most people is since all the terrorist attacks, we are formed tactical emergency casualty care. So I'm also a nurse. So when I come
gotcha.
somewhere, bad wounds, I can treat them. I can make a tourniquet. I can solve a pneumothorax. I can give you an
You
injection of
can solve a
morphine. Yes,
pneumothorax?
yes, yes.
That's impressive.
I've learned those. Yeah, it's like on the battlefield, man.
That is pretty kick-ass, man. That
So
is pretty...
these things, we have sweaters with our logo.
You remind me, I have a client in Norway, and you remind me a lot of him, by the way. So
Okay.
very intelligent guy. You
I do
guys know
not have
each
any.
other? I'm kidding.
No, no, no.
He's not in Norway. I'm kidding. So when do you think you'll be ready to date?
To date, at this point, I would say, who wants to date me? I would answer your question with this question: who would want to date somebody who's in a mess like this? I'm worried when I meet a new woman that I would start venting again about my ex, and that you know what and I don't think I can yeah, I don't know how to explain it in proper English, but I don't know what I could offer a woman at this point. Do you understand? Yeah, it's hard for me to explain in another language, but
No, I know
yeah,
exactly what you mean. Yeah,
yeah, that's the
that's the
question.
way.
That's the question. What because dating, it hasn't occurred to my mind, not one single second.
That's kind of a normal thing to stay, whether you want to or not. It's gonna occur. That was the first thing. I was deeply in love with my ex. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to date again. That was one of the first
Yeah,
things that I thought of. I
that
mean, so it had to
that
have
was
occur. Mhm.
that was one of the first things I thought about too. Fuck, I need to go date again.
What's stopping you? Is it fear or is it just
Fear of the unknown, fear of rejection, fear of manipulation, and I don't want. Well, maybe for now, if I would, if a woman would say, we always say that from the guys, hey, would you like to have sex? But in our language, it's hey, poopa. So if it was pure sexual or physical, I would think about it. But really, date to be again close to a woman and letting her in. No, I'm not ready yet. No, not at all. No, no. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm saying no that much, but no.
Because of fear.
But just to have fun, I would consider it.
Yeah, that's the way but that's we have to define dating, right? And yeah, that's the way I mean it, buddy.
Okay. Yeah. So to have fun and to meet new people, I would consider it. Yes, I would consider it.
You should see. I have it somewhere. When I first started dating again, it was online dating, and I would write a girl. I have it somewhere because I had to take a screenshot. It had to be 2 pages, 2 screenshots of my whole story that I would send them. The whole story that I would send them, and I'm like, that's too much information. How about your weight?
Oh, I used to weigh 89 kilograms, and I weighed myself, and I'm 79.
174 pounds. It's so funny how I can't think the way you think. It's like a totally abstract way to think. So I don't know what 79 means to me. I have no idea. But then I look, 174. Okay. So you weigh 174. 5'10" was beautiful, dude. You got it. You got it, dude. All right. It's nice. It's attractive. All right. So the other questions that I have is like, look, it's 3 years from today.
Mhm.
Where are you at? Let's build
3 years.
Let's build Jochen. Yeah, build perfect man.
3 years from
Realistic and unrealistic as it is. Build me
3 years
Jochen.
from today, I want to be an instructor. Like, I want to have my promotion. If it's possible, I want to have a girlfriend. Yeah. What's important for me is that I'm happy again.
And what would bring you happiness?
Myself, that I am happy with myself again, and that I can.
You just repeated it. I said, what would make you happy? That I'm happy against.
I'm content or happy with myself or how I am and who I am. Yeah, and I'm I want a girlfriend.
What would make you love who you are?
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
No, you're just afraid to tell me. I guarantee you know. I guarantee you.
I'm thinking about it, but I can't think of anything.
Because you. All right, how about moving to a more spacious or more chic area right down the street so that still you can live, having the opportunity to upgrade your son to and I'm making this up, that's what I'm talking about. Upgrade your son to a completely different school, traveling with your son to wherever you wanted to go in the most expensive,
that's what
that's
something I want to do. Traveling with my son.
Teaching your son another language, showing your son the skills on this, whatever you're good at. Having your son want to be a mini. There's so much, not just your son, but you as a man. Maybe you got it out of your system. Maybe your values change and you're fucking 20 girls a week. I'm saying, that's not what I meant. Don't take me literal.
No,
but like, walking by at a Starbucks and having people say, man, whoever that guy is, there's something about it.
That's something I want.
Presence.
But I don't know. I want to radiate confidence. I want to radiate this guy has his shit together, but I don't want to radiate it. Oh, I want to have it. Do you understand? Yeah,
we got to get you to think bigger. Okay. Right now, you're trying to get over this, and you're gonna get over this. I'm gonna make sure you get over this. But that's not the part where there's a way to get over it, and that's think bigger. Okay, that's the first part that you're gonna have to think bigger. You can't think. You're too busy trying to get over your broken heart rather than trying to fix your life so that you have a better life. You're not, when people are heartbroken, it's not that they're missing. It's not that they lost their past. It's that they lost the idea of the future that they had.
I just received a text from my ex asking me if I had sandwiches. She asked me because tomorrow is school day, and because she never was responsible for the groceries, I always looked at that there was enough food in the house. So now she texts me, do you have some sandwiches for tomorrow for school?
Whose responsibility is it? Yours or hers?
Yeah. But who has the sandwiches? All the stores are closed.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's the problem.
And I have the sandwiches in my freezer.
Okay. So the solution
what
is
do I need to do now? Because it's for my son. So yeah.
So what are you gonna do? What is the right thing for you to do? What do you think? What are your options?
My options are okay and go there as quickly as possible and give her the sandwiches, or my options are whose responsibility is this? I'm sorry, you have to go. You have to wake up a little earlier tomorrow and go yourself.
Can she? Is that a possibility?
That's a possibility.
Mhm, mhm.
But who was the one that woke up in the morning that put his alarm an hour earlier every day? Me.
Mhm.
And she stayed in bed. I know when I need to go to the store. She has no clue. So I'm battling in my mind now. What do I need to do? Because I know she doesn't eat sandwiches. It's for my son. I have them. Do I go and bring them?
You
Or
definitely don't bring him. That's more work for you. At the very
okay, yeah,
most you should do is have her pick it up.
that's something I could say. Yeah, because
But
I'm studying.
you don't need to tell. No, say, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Say, yeah, I'm in the middle of something. So I'll leave him. Is there any place you can leave him for her to pick up so you don't have to see her?
Yeah, in my mailbox, she has.
Is that cool? Is that something you can do?
Yeah, that's no problem. So she can drive by. My mailbox is not in viewing distance of my house. She can pick them up and go back. That's something I can do. Yes.
How would you feel if you did that?
I don't know, because that's the first time I would set a boundary.
That's not even setting a boundary. That's making her life easier. Setting a boundary is saying, fuck you, wake up earlier and do it. That's your responsibility from now on. But
But
I also think it's unreasonable for you to have her get up early because of the kids.
that would be a huge step for me to solve a problem like that.
Text her and put the sandwiches out there, and then do you want to do that?
Now,
Yeah, no. Text her, say, hey, you know
because
what? Yeah, let me put the sandwich. Let me
well,
put the.
I'm texting her. Huh?
Yeah. No, I know. And then just go and put it in a mailbox. Yeah, let me put the sandwiches in the mailbox. In English, we say, please, no more fire drills. And then just go ahead and put it over there.
Can you come and pick them up? I will put them in the mailbox. I'm in a conference.
Just come and pick them up. Not can you?
Yeah, we'll see what she answers.
No, she doesn't have a choice. Then if she doesn't want to go out of the house today, she does it in the morning.
I know what she will say. She will say, "I cannot leave Aaron home alone."
Well, then you can get him in the morning. No,
I will say what she has read it. I'm curious what she will answer.
go put him in the mailbox. While you're waiting, go put the
Oh yeah,
sandwiches in the mailbox.
she's gonna bring with her now. Then I'm uncomfortable with it because he will see my house, he will see that I'm there, and he cannot come in. It's
If the
gonna take
sandwiches could-
one minute.
No
and a
problem.
half.
Could you close the windows so that Aaron can see you, just in case he wants to say pop?
Yeah, I will
Yeah, do that. I'll be
close the
waiting here.
drapes.
No problem. How do you feel?
Well, it's strange because I know I sent her that, and the intonation of her answer tells me that she isn't used to being answered like that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
You know what? That's respect for you, right? She's giving you respect. You're gonna miss out on saying hi, making her happy, but what you're losing. You're losing something right now. You're losing, but you're gaining yours and her respect.
Okay. Yeah. I need to get used to that.
So if she responds to anything, let me know. If she, because I know that your mind's
Yeah.
gonna be there. I need you to be.
Yeah, she's on her way, so she probably already took them because with the car it's 15 seconds. So 15 seconds taking them and go back. So yeah.
Yeah. Will you be able to see the car driving by?
No, I cannot see anything. I closed closed all the curtains because when Aaron sees the light, he will insist to come inside and.
Gotcha. Just you might, if you wanted to, you could even say, "Look, I'm studying," or something to that effect. Okay, because
I told her I'm in a conference and I'm studying.
Oh, good.
So
okay, cool. So she won't come in.
No.
Okay, so next time after she picks it up, you got to say no more of this. Okay.
Okay.
So right now, what's happening to you, Jochen, is you can't imagine seeing beyond. Right? You're here, and I'm trying to tell you, like, so we're speaking two different languages. You're speaking what could have been, and I'm speaking what it could be. And you were bringing up the like how long it takes and all that stuff, and there are different there's different data forms. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Everybody says that there's no time, but like me, I'm big on this. This is my own research. This is why this is why I reached out the first time. So you scored a 37.
Mm.
That's the lowest 1 percentile. Out of 602 people have taken it, you're 594th place. Okay. So that's what scared me. That's when I'm like, I
Okay.
got to reach out to this cat. Okay. To this guy.
That's really something I want to do.
Absolutely. Before I let you go, any questions?
No. When can I reach you tomorrow? By Facebook or Messenger or?
WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger. What I would do is you and I would probably like get there for a second because I want to do onboarding. I don't want you to just like pay and like do it, right? I would get you set up. So it would be onboarding. Seriously, you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm
No.
available
Okay,
even
thank
after
you.
this, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Dude, fucking hug, man. All right?
Thank you very much for this one-on-one. I feel better.